Looks like we're running out of radiation filters. Jan, did you notice we're running out of repair kits?
So, how do you feel after the procedure? Oh, I feel much better. Don't worry. We'll help you get out of here. Then you can dispose of us, just like you did with Tabula Rasa. That what you wanted to hear? Look, it wasn't easy for me either. But I'm happy you're alive. Let's focus on clearing our way now, and once we're out of this canyon, I hope we can talk it over properly. Yeah, great idea. Let's get down to some anomaly busting. Cool.
FYI, looks like we're running low on repairs.
Working
kits.
on our demands? There's a good vantage point here.
Quiet!
Okay. I can see you're disappointed with me. So, you're planning on holding a grudge forever?
I don't know. You're the one doing the planning here, hmm? All I want is for you to stay away from me. I told you that from the start, didn't I? But you wouldn't listen. Making pierogi, being my fucking pal. What a load of bullshit.
You notice we're running low on food?
What was that about? What do you care? So, how do you feel after the procedure?
I'm fine. Just leave me alone, okay? I can't believe you did it. I just don't want to think about it.
Looks like we're running low on repair kits. I think we're running out of food. Hey, shouldn't we have a big supply of rat filters?
Hey there. Time to wake up. Don't be freaked out, okay? Everything's fine. Yeah, of course. Right. So, where do you think you are? Well, looks like I'm where I'm supposed to be. And not. Exactly. I couldn't have put it better myself. You're on the mission you were supposed to depart on, but circumstances have changed, and you're someone slightly different than you think you are. Huh. You look like me. You seem to know me well. I feel like I'm looking at a distorted mirror. Is this some kind of metaphysical experience? In a way, you could say that. But before we get into it, I need to ask you some routine questions. You know who you are? Sound question. A lifetime isn't enough to find the answer. Look, it's not a test. Stating your name and role on this mission will be enough. Okay. In that case, my name is Jan Dolsky. I volunteered to join the crew as a physician. I passed all the tests. They told me my resume was adequate. So, what went wrong? I'll be honest with you, a lot of things went wrong. This will sound disturbing, but my name is Jan Dolsky, too. I'm the one who went on this mission, but things got complicated and I needed help. So I decided to create alternative versions of myself with different memories of their lives, different skills, and you're one of them. What? Wait, does that mean yeah, you're my alter. But my life, I was supposed to. I wanted to make amends. Whatever you wanted to fix, you don't have to worry about it anymore. Because it never happened. It's all in your head. But that's impossible. All the hard work, my scars, the blisters on my hands. Wow. They're so impeccable. And my tattoo, it's gone. What happened to me? Who am I? Calm down, please. I know this is a lot to process, but it might help you to know that you're not the first to be going through this. Talking to the others might help you understand it all better. Take your time. Try to settle in gradually. Read the mission logs. Mission logs? I'm not dead, right? This isn't it. Death is something we're trying to avoid. That's why you're here. Okay. The absurd man says yes, and his efforts will henceforth be unceasing. Come again? Just a quote that came to me from, never mind. Just get some rest.
What the fuck were you thinking, Jan?
Can I help with that?
Welcome to the Saber evacuation.
Should I resolve this?
Monitors the ship's surroundings.
Jan, I noticed we're missing a few rad filters. Jan, did you notice we're running out of repair kits? All done here. Should I help with this now? I'm done here. Should I do this now? Jan, did you notice we're running out of repair kits?
Mission functionality met.
Okay, you're angry about tabula rasa. I get it. Is there any way I can make you feel better?
Yeah, sure. Wake me up from this nightmare where we segregate people into those worthy of living and those who can be disposed of. Want to make it better? Give me back my real life. Give me back my real self.
Would you like me to address that?
Wake up, sleepyhead. Bedtime's over. What happened? Do you know where you are? Who you are? Do you remember anything? Please. What next? You can ask me about my name and role on this mission? Of course I remember. I mean, up to a point. Oh, shit. Oh, my chest. Careful. You took a heavy blow there. Yeah, I remember the technician. But why? Did he attack me? Yes. Apparently, some of us were unable to come to terms with your decisions. Looks like they'd been planning this for some time. Repairing the tour vehicle while you weren't watching. Filling it up with stolen supplies. And then, when the time came, the technician just knocked you down. And they took off into the desert. Took off with our supplies, and you just stood and watched? No, I was busy fighting for your life. That blow caught you off balance. You fell and punctured your helmet. You were suffocating. Luckily, we had some Madrigal in the med bay. Well, at least I thought that would work. But after the injection, you just turned blue and started shaking all over. Of course I did. I'm allergic to Adrical. Yes, well, I know that now. I'll probably need to get tested too when I'm back on Earth. Wait. How did you find out? From someone who knows you best. I called Lena. Of course, it would have been much quicker if the botanist had told me. But I guess he was too busy despairing about our situation in his cabin. You talked to Lena? Yes. Fortunately, all of this happened before we got lost and communications died. We're lost? The navigation system's down. The storm is everywhere. We've been circling blindly for days. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but frankly, the base is close to breaking down. The storm's been putting it under a lot of pressure, and supplies are at a critical level. It's been quite intense. Do you have any regrets about not going with them? And abandon my lab? No way. That could never happen. But if you're asking me whether I believe our chances of survival are greater, well, that's a whole different question. We've been doing what we could to get out of the storm. With all the time we've lost, I'd say we're one mistake away from failing the mission and getting stuck here for good. We need to stop drifting aimlessly, pick a direction, and this time, it needs to be a flawless choice. Flawless. I'm glad you see the problem. Okay, so what do we do? I was hoping things would change when you woke up, but I suppose it's gonna take more than that. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not superhuman, you know. How am I supposed to suddenly know what to do? Well, superhuman or not, you're still gonna have to bite the bullet. Bullet? What bullet? What are you talking about? I didn't want to stress you immediately after you woke up, but there is something you should hear. Some messages in the comms room from before we lost contact with Earth. Okay, what's in them? What are you not telling me? Just listen for yourself.
So, I just had the most disturbing conversation of my life with someone who introduced himself as your alter. Alters, Jan. What the fuck? It was so scary. And you didn't think to warn me. I mean, why would you? What is going on with you? Do you have any idea what you've done? And that tabula rasa thing? You're farming people to extract brain cells now. That person, your copy, he was so cool about it. Maxwell's solution, huh? If only you had the patience to wait just a little longer. If only you wanted to listen to what I found out. This whole Project Ela, Maxwell experimenting on damaged people, messing with their minds. Man, that guy is seriously sick. Do you label your alters with numbers too? Like he did with his patients, like for example, patient 313? Did he tell you what happened to him? Well, maybe you should ask. Or maybe you already know and you just don't care. I guess not much can surprise me at this point. You've crossed a line, just like him. I should turn you in, both of you. But I can't. I can't do this, Jan. You're lying there, unconscious, and I don't know what's become of you, or who you are anymore. And I don't think I want to find out. I wish I'd never called you in the first place. I don't want any part in your freak show. You'll just have to deal with it on your own.
Jan, Maxwell here. Lucas told me there's a communication breakdown again. Whatever is going on there, if you can hear me, please try to get in touch with us. I beg you to make the last push. Humanity needs you. I need you to succeed. I just hope my idea worked with tabula rasa and that all your alters are healthy and alive. It's just very, very important, Jan, that you bring all your alters back, that you keep them safe. More important than you think.
Find me when you're done with those calls.
Looks like the mess is bigger than I thought. Yes, we've waited long enough for you to come to, but we need decisions fast. What's the plan? Actually, I was hoping you'd suggest something. Those messages from Earth didn't help. I have no idea what to do. I never thought I'd say it, but I miss the technician. I knew that navigation system inside out. He kept challenging me. I failed him, and you're paying the price. Now's not the time for regrets, Jan. We need to set a direction for the base, and it needs to be right. We can't afford another day of drifting aimlessly in this storm. This is not a joke, Jan. Everything depends on you. The mission, Rapidium, our lives. You decided to trust Maxwell's scientific methods, and I respect that. But it came with a price. It was too much for some of us. I'd hate to know we paid that price for nothing. Decided? I don't feel as if I've decided anything, really. There was so much pressure on me, and neither solution seemed like a good one. I wish I really believed in what I was doing. I'm sorry. I wish I could have done better. As your captain. No need to blame yourself. Apparently there was no way for you to ever become one. What do you mean? Just take a look at the branchings available in the QC. You can find all sorts of walks of life that you could have taken, but a captain? No. It was never possible. None of us were cut out for that role. You're right. It's kind of liberating, knowing that there was simply no way to be good at this.
Oh, well, this actually got me thinking about something.
What?
That code we got from Maxwell to upgrade the QC, his old experiment. He and Lucas used the mind records in a completely different way to manipulate the consciousness of an existing person.
You're not really thinking we should try and repeat that?
Oh, I agree it could be dangerous, but well, you said it yourself. There might not be another way.
Fine. I'll do it. What's the plan?
It's hard to call it a plan. Just go into the womb, I'll plug you in, load Maxwell's code, and improvise.
Testing on production? Doesn't sound like your standards.
Oh, I had to say goodbye to my standards the moment I woke up in this base.
All right, I'm activating the procedure. Any last words?
Yeah, is it okay to have second thoughts about overriding my car?
Designed and implemented by now.
Is it over?
Hello? Anybody here?
Base has stopped. I should check outside. Ah, shit. We're still in the storm. What the hell? Someone's there. Wait. Am I losing my mind? Oh, damn it. What was that? Is that a baby? What's going on here? I recognize this.
You're no good. Hear that? No good!
Maybe you should have run faster.
What the hell? Who are you? What are you doing here?
I am you, Jan. Just different.
Is this a dream?
No, Jan. You just woke up, remember?
But where am I? Still in the base or somewhere else?
You're right here. Where else would you be? The better question is, why are you here?
I just wanted to find a way out. I thought that maybe if I changed...
Changed? You can't just start being someone else all of a sudden. Didn't Pops teach you that?
I'm not my father.
Maybe not. But aren't you doing what he did all his life? Waiting for a miracle to happen and change everything.
I wasn't waiting for a miracle. I chose to turn to science. That's a huge difference.
Do you really believe that? That you're the architect of your own fate? What if deciding, making choices was never anything more than just an illusion? It's crossed your mind, hasn't it? Does it really matter what I do, where I go, what I say? Am I the captain of my ship? Or does it take its own course regardless of what I do? My choices are real. My altars are proof of that. Hey, wait, how do you know what I'm going to say? Cut it out.
Cut it out.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. But you haven't been listening carefully. I told you. I'm you. It breaks my heart to see you so absorbed in that whole what-if business. Using your altars to revisit problems you couldn't solve. You've been very busy. But still, instead of moving forward, you end up here, stuck in your past. How is that?
I know now that I could have been there for her. If I had taken a different path.
She's gone, Jan. She always was. There was never anything you could have done.
Where's he gone? Oh, this is crazy. Letta, is that you?
Was a mistake. Why didn't you fight for us? We weren't meant for each other. I tried.
What is going on with me?
It's over.
Letta! Don't go. Wait!
two just weren't meant to be together.
You again? Come here to make fun of my failures.
Not my fault you're caught up in their loop. In that big round base of yours.
I can still fix things with Lena.
Then what are you doing on the wrong side of a precipice? Can't you see you were never good enough for her? Her parents were mad at her when she dumped that law student for you. The unemployed miner's son with no prospects. And you wanted to impress them with what? A house with a garden, a steady job in a corporation? Is that why you were so afraid of losing that house and going abroad with her? Because you knew her parents wouldn't respect you? Just look at your alters. Don't you think any one of them would be better for her?
Maybe. Too bad they don't exist. They never had to face real problems, real life. I did.
Did you? Can you even tell what's real? How many times did you wonder that maybe you're not the original Jan? That there had to be someone else, a version of you who actually deserved to live, to be loved. Because he always knew what to do, because he never made mistakes. Maybe that way he was worthy of his father's love.
That's cruel. Why are you doing this?
Me? Jan. Didn't I already tell you that I'm you? Nothing more, nothing less. I'm just saying what you're thinking.
Don't go!
What the fuck? No! Where are you going? Hey, you. I'm sorry.
They were dead before you got to them.
Why did I survive and not any one of them?
Someone had to.
All this time and I still don't understand what happened.
I'm sure you have some smart theories up your sleeve. Go ahead. Hit me.
Maybe Maxwell did it. He's got more control over these missions than anybody.
Why would he kill everybody but you?
Maybe he knew there was rubidium here. And he wanted someone to get stranded with it. To have no choice but to make their altars. And I was the best choice because he thought it would be easiest to manipulate a simple builder.
Really? You believe that? You see, I think that deep down, you know what happened. The answers were always there, in front of you. But instead of piecing them together, you preferred to look away.
What answers? What are you talking about?
You know there was an oxygen leak during the landing. You got that information. And you also know what the quantum computer is, how it operates, what its main purpose is.
To bring back rubidium. At all costs.
That's right. Its role is to ensure the success of the mission no matter what. And it looks like in the face of an emergency, it had to do just that. There was only enough oxygen for one person to survive. And the QC had to calculate the probability, as it always does, who should receive that life-saving breath. No judgment, no reading tea leaves, just pure data analysis to give the answer to one simple question. Who had the biggest chances of completing the mission?
And it was.
Yes. The math pointed to you.
How do you know all this?
Because you know it. You always did. But you were so focused on your mistakes.
I was busy making tough decisions and figuring out how to avoid bad choices.
What is a bad choice, really? You feel you could have made a lot of different decisions in your life, but without those choices, good or bad, you wouldn't be who you are. The person with the best chance to pull it off. Maybe it's not you who needs to change, but your perspective. Mistakes can have good consequences too, you know.
Like what? Letting my altar split?
Maybe. Conflicts can open new, unexpected paths.
What do you mean?
Find and follow your disobedient side. You've spent a lot of time on this planet escaping the sun, facing the darkness. Maybe it's time you started looking through the darkness and notice the light.
Light? What light? Hey.
That's it? Are you sure?
Looks like I'm back.
It does. And you're cognizant. You've been shaking on that bed for an hour. I was honestly worried about the choice of settings I applied in that program.
No. I think you did everything right.
So, did it work? You look the same. Did anything change?
Yeah, to be honest. Everything's different. just not the way I expected. So, what happened? I understood things. Things I sort of knew, but my brain kept hidden from me for some reason. It's called the subconscious, Jan. Yeah, I guess it is. So, my subconscious told me that instead of trying to fix my old life, I should try and take something good from what I messed up. It was very comforting. I'm sure it was. Did your subconscious by any chance mention how we could get out of here? Yeah. We should look for the rebels. The rebels. Do you really believe they're still alive? My subconscious seems to believe it. Well, that vehicle is definitely more maneuverable than our base. He said something about noticing the light. That make any sense to you?
The light? Seriously? We risk everything to alter your mind, and all you come back with is a cliched epiphany about following the light?
Doesn't the Tur emit any light?
Well, probably. But in case you haven't noticed, there's a sandstorm raging outside. We'd never be able to see anything, even if we had the most high-end...
Wait a minute. What? Tell me.
Low-frequency electromagnetic waves detection.
Oh, now you're confusing me.
That could be it. Yeah, the navigation system. It can be switched into an auxiliary mode, tracing any interferences in electromagnetic wavelength. And that means if there was a source of artificial light somewhere nearby, the sensors could be able to locate it.
And follow it.
Right. If the technician really did find a way through the storm, and the Tur vehicle is not too far away, it could be worth a try. Your subconscious might actually be a genius.
Well, you never doubted that, did you?
Out of the storm. I don't want to be disproportionately enthusiastic, but it seems like our idea worked.
Our idea?
Yes. We brainstormed, didn't we?
Sure. Shouldn't it be here? The exploration vehicle?
We're close to the rendezvous point. It can't be far.
Hello?
Jan? What a relief. We thought we'd lost you.
Yeah, so did I. The base got caught in a huge sandstorm. And I lost part of my crew.
What? Your altars? How could you let that happen?
I didn't expect the technician to be such a duplicitous jerk. Ever since I created Tabula Rasa, there was unrest in the group. He used it to lead a full-on mutiny against me.
You mean they ran away? And they're exposed to radiation?
They took the exploration vehicle and some supplies.
Tell me not all of them left?
No. Why?
The ship is close, Jan. You have to be ready for the arrival of the rescue team.
Ready? How?
They can't find out about your altars.
What? But didn't you say that you would handle everything? And that nobody will care as long as I bring back Rapidium?
They might not care how you got the Rapidium, but confronted with your altars, they will have to react. The board will not tolerate anything that could cast even the slightest shadow on the legitimacy of this operation. And the rescue team is on their leash. Do I have to spell it out to you? They will have your altars killed.
What? Killed? What kind of a rescue team are they?
They're a special ops unit. Military men.
You could have told me earlier.
Please, Jan. You always knew their primary mission was to escort the most precious cargo mankind has ever seen. Did you really expect them to arrive unarmed?
So you lied to me. That you'd prepare them.
I told you I'd test the waters, and that's what I did. But there is a lot of pressure on your success, Jan. A lot of anxiety amongst the top management. They can sense the vultures hovering around them, waiting for any sign of a slip-up. And they won't let them smell blood. They won't expose themselves.
So what exactly is your plan?
The rescue team will arrive shortly before sunrise. You have time until then to come up with a way to smuggle your altars on board. In the meantime, you need to keep collecting Rapidium.
Yeah, sure. Once we take off, what happens then?
You will all go into cryosleep, and as the ship approaches Earth, Lucas will take remote control over it and modify the coordinates. The ship will land in a secluded location I've been preparing.
And what about the crew?
They'll be in cryosleep during the landing. And by the time they wake up, we will be far away. I have a lab ready, and a guarantee of immunity from people who understand. I'm moving operations to a more science-friendly region, somewhere Ally Corp won't get to us. And, most importantly, where nobody will ever find your altars.
You're putting them in a lab?
I won't sugarcoat it. We've come too far together for that. If you wanted to hate me, I probably gave you enough reasons by now. Truth is, when I first heard about you, your situation, well, I'd be lying if I said it all came together immediately. On the contrary, I didn't hope for much. An accidental castaway with no qualifications, all alone, burdened with such a responsible task. But when Lucas told me you did it, you created your altar and managed to convince him to cooperate with you, I couldn't help but fantasize about where this could go. Can't you see? I've been waiting for something like this ever since they shut down Project Ela.
Yeah, about that. I heard some disturbing things about your experiments. Is it true your patients... well, that they lost their minds?
Of course. That was the whole point. They were losing their old dysfunctional identity to gain a new, sound one. Whoever told you this must have heard some scraps of information and didn't have a full understanding of what we were doing. Yes, they were unorthodox things, but it was always about making people better. Project Ela was my whole life, Jan. Why would I devote myself to something harmful?
You never stopped dreaming about reviving it.
You wouldn't be so surprised if you knew what we could achieve.
By altering mind records? What exactly were you up to?
We were exploring unconventional methods of helping war veterans suffering from PTSD. Instead of teaching them to cope with traumatic memories, we wanted to eradicate and replace them with positive ones. The idea was to prove that there are no different rules governing the mind and the body. Both can be treated by replacing a broken part with a healthy one.
And did you succeed?
We were close. But even if we had been allowed to finish that stage of the project, I had much bigger ambitions. But take, for example, the possibilities of re-socializing criminals by altering the experiences that led to their corruption. But why not go even further? Why should we limit ourselves to thinking only about altering the past? Why not be able to influence the future?
What? How?
The Tree of Life. You've seen yours, but it's just a projection, a rudimentary interface. Think about it. What if it was no interface, but an integrated part of the human mind, allowing us to live our lives exactly the way we should?
The way we should? You mean, make the right decisions?
Exactly. The human cognitive system enhanced in a way evolution failed to do in millions of years.
Wow, that's amazing.
More than that. Imagine a world where nobody ever takes the wrong turn. Children are never harmed. There are no court misrulings because there is no crime. Greedy and corrupt individuals never come to power, and because of that, wars never break out. Can you see now why your success meant so much to me? Do you not understand that giving Rapidium away for any other purpose would mean robbing humanity of its biggest evolutionary leap since we crawled out of the primordial soup? Do you still think there is a better purpose for your altars than to contribute to all that?
Can you promise not to harm them?
Of course. That was never my intention. All I need them for is several weeks in a lab where I can run some tests on them, collect data, and prepare for the bigger leap.
And then what? You let them walk free?
You know I can't do that. It would be too risky for both of us and for them. But I could guarantee them a comfortable life. They would be hidden from the eyes of the world.
Safe.
The only alternative for them is to be disposed of by the corporation. Like waste. I think you need to take a breath. There's a lot to think about. How to smuggle your alters aboard that ship, for one. But first, you have to guide their navigator to your exact position. They'll need you to mark the spot with a beacon. Start with that, and then... I trust you'll figure out what to do next.
Yeah. Sure. By the way, I wasn't an accidental survivor.
What do you mean?
The quantum computer chose me. Seems I was the one who had the biggest chance of making it.
Well, doesn't that just prove my point? We are capable of so much more than we think, Jan. All we need to do is open the door and let that potential in. You'll hear from me again before the ship lands. Good luck, Jan.
Looks like we're running low on repair kits.
Those rocks, they're shaped like trees. What are they really?